Lady Falcons come in 16-4 on the season, and they go up against 15-5 Lake Region. Freeport the 3 seed, Lake Region the 5 seed. Showing seeding was not that relevant this time around. Lake Region with a big upset over #1 Grey New Gloucester the other day, and Freeport held off Poland in a game that was extremely close. And again, another game where Freeport at the last moment almost gave it away, but able to hold on, and they won 40-38 versus Poland. Hello everybody, I'm Jay Harper along with Mia Dyson, who has graciously volunteered to do our camera this afternoon. We appreciate her here with us. Matt Greer off on family obligations. An incredible crowd across the way for Freeport as they have huge numbers here today, and Lake Region not so big, but part of that, I would assume, the rarity that Freeport has been here and the regularity that Lake Region has been here. Freeport, first time in the South Finals since 1976, so a long, long time in waiting for the Lady Falcons. Coach Hart in his 4th season with Freeport. 11-year coach. He's coached at Freiburg and Morse, and he goes up against Paul True, and True has gone to at least 4 state titles, has won 1. They lost a lot of tough games back about a decade ago. They went, I think, 4 years in a row, and that again in the more powerful Class B back then. And now we have an extra class, and even though they're still in B, it's a little bit more balanced and even. As we get the announcement of all the players, starting with Lake Region. As we said, they're the visiting team in their darker away uniforms in that royal blue and yellow. Freeport in their home whites, as they are the higher seed here. But getting back to Paul True, I think he's been at Lake Region now 15 years. He came down from Skowhegan, where he had a lot of success there. He's been a long-time coach, 20-plus years, and certainly Lake Region no stranger to these games, as they have been in numerous ones. They've built a powerhouse of a program. Grey New Gloucester was trying to dismantle or take that away from them, and they had a little say in a very tough, hard-fought win, 34-31, as we now get the players for Freeport. Megan Cormier had a huge game 2 games ago. Great first half. Freeport very senior laden, as is Lake Region. These teams similar in a lot of ways, and they met back about a month ago, and Freeport up at Lake Region, one of the tougher places to play and win because of their crowd and what comes into their home court atmosphere. Freeport able to pull away in the 4th quarter, won 59-47. So the one meeting between these two clubs went Freeport's way. And Freeport has had that with both Poland and Wells. They had beaten them during the regular season, was able to hold on and win 2 very, very close games. And now the starting lineup. Driscoll has been so consistent for Freeport. Averages about 10 points a game, and in the playoffs, she's right there. 12 the last game, 10 the game before. Shauna Hancock, a freshman. The reign of Hancocks out of Lake Region continues as she continues. Well, I would say there's been about 8 in the last 15 years. Jessie Bogue Marlowe, the hero in that game over Wells with a steal and the 2 free throws. And then Chandler True, and I didn't have time to research, but I would pretty much almost guarantee that's Coach True's daughter. She a senior, and she leads them along with Lauren Jacobs, number 22, who we'll see here in a moment. Rinaldi just introduced for Freeport. Taylor Rinaldi, the senior, struggled so far in the playoffs. Coach Hart and the Freeport contingent would love to see her turn that around. She's a player that can bring so much, but she's been in foul trouble both games. Caroline Smith, the sophomore who's been one of their most consistent players. She only had 6 last game. And the last time these two teams played, I believe she put up a pretty big number. So hopefully Caroline Smith can bring that again. She had 18 the last time they played, as Goodman, the senior transfer from Pine Tree Academy, what she's brought to this team is certainly hard to match. Freeport would have been good this year, but you bring in a star like this as a senior leader, great shooter. We'll now zoom in on the national anthem as and yes, here we go. South B Regional Final as the number 3 seed Freeport Falcons host the number 5 Lake Region Lakers. And so glad to be along with you here on Freeport's Educational Channel 14. Jay Harper flying solo today. Mia Dyson working the camera for us. And an amazing crowd across the way from Freeport. Lady Falcons trying to go to the real big dance. State title on the line here. And that'll be played next Saturday. Freeport has got the early games all through the playoffs so far. They had an 11 a.m. start on Tuesday against Wells, a 1 o'clock game the other day against Poland. Once again, we're at 1 o'clock. The boys' Beef South Final is next with the Cape Elizabeth and Wells doing battle. Tap controlled by the Falcons. Bogue Marlowe brings it up. Most teams have gone zone against Freeport. And let's see, Lake Region looks like they're starting in a man. Coach True loves his man defense. They'll hedge on picks. They'll double team. They go inside, the double team, kicks it back out. Bogue Marlowe, not enough time to lock. Nice pass in, there's Driscoll. Driscoll misses inside. Jacobs the rebound. Great look inside as they found Jessie Driscoll down low. She's been knocking them down the other day. She really got Freeport going in the first quarter. Jacobs inside. She's got good moves in the paint. And tough there as the ball falls out of bounds. Lake Region had the offensive rebound. And again, Lake Region with some full court pressure, looking a lot like Freeport. Driscoll goes in the corner for Rinaldi. Rinaldi goes baseline, gets bumped, no call. And now a kick call on Lake Region. Lauren Jacobs, a 5'8" senior, along with Chandler True, a 5'6" senior, are the two leaders for Lake Region, but a lot like Freeport. They have 4 or 5 players that can all chip in at different amounts. And Freeport relies on Smith and Goodman for the most part, but at the same time, you never know who's going to step up. Driscoll usually that consistent third player for them. They look inside and throw it away. Both teams a little edgy. And if I had to guess, I mean, 59-47 last time these two teams met. I expect this to be much lower scoring. If you look at the 2 prior playoff games, tougher place to shoot here at the Civic Center. And the fact that the defense is going to amp up pressure. but 34-31, Lake Region won against Greater Gloucester. Freeport 40-38. Both not very high. Again, Jacobs, she gets hit on the arm as she goes up. And they're not saying a shooting foul, or are they now changing their mind? Yeah, it will be a shooting foul. The official took his time making that decision. He kept pointing to the baseline. Looked like he was calling it on the way. And Jacobs with a chance to put Lake Region on the board. And she does. Jacobs had 10 in the game against Greater Gloucester. Goodman was the leading scorer against Poland. She had 13. She has the ball. Jacobs covering her. Caroline Smith now. And again, Rinaldi will try one. Off the mark. Freeport does a great job of going right into the press. They do. Kick it on the corner. True goes back out. They reverse it. And a zig instead of a zag, and Lake Region turns it right back over. Neither team in sync. 1-0. We've played almost 2 minutes here at the Cross Insurance Civic Center. Token pressure here by Lake Region. Smith will bring it up. Being guarded by Hancock. So that's a sophomore against a freshman. They're the two young players for the teams. Goodman will try a bomb. Got it! 3-ball! Bang! Freeport's only hit 1 3 in both playoff games so far, and it came from Goodman. She's matched that one here early and gives Freeport a 2-point lead. 3-point shooting on the year is something that Freeport has, I thought they shot more of them, but watching them here in the playoffs, not so much. True now, driving against Driscoll. Kicks. Freeport also playing man-to-man. Here comes Jacobs. She's tough. She plows into a bunch. 2 players go down for Freeport, but a blocking foul called. Jacobs back to the free throw line. Again, Freeport has been plagued by foul trouble, but pretty much really only Rinaldi is the, although Bogue Marlowe did foul out the last game, but right near the end. 1 out of 2 again for Jacobs. 3-2, Freeport still leading. As Smith brings it up against Hancock. Driscoll in the corner. They come out for Goodman. Goodman's got a quick release on that 3-point shot. The shot from the corner, no good. Loose ball rebound, it's tapped, knocked off. Nice call by the official there. He saw it, had the same angle, and great job by Smith to come over and go for it and knock it off the leg of the Lake Region player. Smith, Freeport struggle in their inbounds plays. They've had more than their share of 5-second calls. Goodman goes in. Smith up, misses. Got a tough angle, didn't find the backboard. True now comes up for Hancock. They go in the corner looking for Jacobs. Jacobs, an excellent post player. And she did a great job against Greater Gloucester's outstanding post player. The name right now escapes me. It'll come to me. But here's True from the corner. No good, but a long rebound inside. Oh, True cutting. The pass a little too hard coming from Shauna Hancock. And it goes off True's hands and out of bounds. Again, I expect a much lower scoring game here this afternoon, and so far we're playing towards that as we have a 3-2 score with almost half the quarter played here. I think we have a player with some blood on, and it's Jacobs that has to sit down. I got to stop the bleeding before she comes back in. Goodman will bring it up. Lake Region so far staying with the man-to-man. They like to shift their defenses. They'll bring a lot of different things at you. They've started with the man, and it's still that. Caroline Smith giving instructions. Looks to drive baseline. Behind her back. Good defense there. Lake Region crowd clapping their hands, trying to encourage the defense. Cross-court pass, nice one for Rinaldi. She loses it momentarily, gets it back, but then can't get it to Smith. It's been interesting for Coach Hart and the Falcons. He's used his bench, but different times, different players, and Cormier came right in early in that first game in the playoffs. Inside pass, wide open. Got it. Rachel Shanks. She puts the Lakers back on top, 4-3. Both teams with a handful of turnovers already. Not pretty basketball by any stretch. Rinaldi gets herself trapped, luckily got it out. Driscoll looking inside, and they go to Bogue Marlowe trying to get it for Goodman, and it's stolen away. True comes up with it. She brings it up the floor, reverses it. Shanks thought about the three, opts against it. Now it's Hancock, covered by Goodman. Hancock, only a freshman, 5'3" guard. Ooh, could have been a foul, no call. Rinaldi struggling to get it, and she gets hit from behind. Freeport got away with a little there. And the Falcon crowd loves it. Megan Cormier will check in for Freeport, replaces Bogue Marlowe. Jacobs back in for Lake Region. See, Freeport continues to struggle getting the ball in, and here we go. On long pass, they can let that go over half court. No problem. So, not pretty, but they get it in. 4-3, 2:40 to play, first quarter. They go in for Smith. Smith blocked, knocked out of bounds. They're trying a bunch of players posting up, but so far unable to get them there. Both Smith and Goodman have tried to post up, and we know Driscoll will post up. Rinaldi open. Got it. That's a big sign. Rinaldi has had some big games for Freeport in the scoring department. She has been ice cold here in the playoffs, trying to change that today. Send her team to a state final. This group of senior girls have been playing together for a long time, and you throw in a Goodman, and boy, you got yourself a heck of a lineup. 6 seniors on the floor, or on the team for Freeport. Nice drive for True, and it's 6-5. Lake Region back on top. 6 seniors on the roster for Freeport, 5 for Lake Region. But then they got some good younger players who add to the mix. Smith for Freeport, Hancock, they go inside. Cormier open, oh, rattles in and out. But they're gonna call a foul inside, and Megan Cormier will shoot 2. That foul will be on Rachel Shanks, another senior. Cormier calmly knocks down the first. Now Taylor Dostie up off the bench. She'll give Jessie Driscoll a break. And Katrina Gould will also check in, and she'll give Rinaldi a break. Coach Mike Hart trying to use his bench efficiently. Get some of these players a break at the end of the quarter. We're tied at 6. 1:49 remaining in the opening quarter. Cormier's second won't go home. Wanted to fall, but decided to trickle off to the right. Hancock pushes up the right side and loses it out of bounds. Freeport's got away with a little bit of reaching, and they're not calling the foul, and Coach True now trying to plead exactly that. Goodman will bring it up. We're tied at 6. Taylor Dostie had a good game in the second half against Wells in that first one. She was terrific. Goodman again, 3 ball. So the Falcons have one more than or tied the amount they've hit so far in the playoffs. with 2 here early from Goodman. Good job by True pushing it up. A 3 answer. Yes! Shanks knocks it down. We're tied at 9, so the scoring pace all of a sudden heats up. Maybe it won't be so low scoring. Caroline Smith needs to look for her shots too, as a beautiful give and go. The route Gould from Dosty. 11-9. The pace is picked up. And Shanks will try again. No good. Rebound. Taken down, and then an errant pass out and saved by Lake Region. And they'll try another 3. That one rattles off. Smith the rebound. And she's being guarded right away, in trouble, and gets it off for Goodman. Goodman has some space. She could take it to the rack, and she loses it. Jacobs comes up with it. Smith getting back. Jacobs pulls up the pass. Gould almost steals it, and does. Scrappy play. Oh, that's a reach in. That's got to be a foul. That has got to be a foul. And it finally was called. Took her position right away. Almost didn't call that. Freeport will inbound, leading by 2. Once again, can't get the ball in. Finally, they find Gould. She goes back to Smith. Smith gets it up for Dosty. Dosty way out on top. Uses her dribble. Goes for Gould. We're winding down. A wild shot by Dosty. Doesn't go down, but... Well, we've played one here in Portland. And an excellent quarter for both teams. Neither team can be too disappointed. We have a very close game and a little more scoring than I anticipated. It was 3-2, 3-1 for a long time before they started to get things going. And 2 threes by Alex Goodman, and then an answer back from Shanks for Lake Region, and that really upped the scoring in a hurry. But the Falcons, again, turning the ball over a lot, but hanging tough, and certainly the good news about these playoffs here in Class B South, they've been good ones. They've been close games, and both teams, very balanced team this year, as you can see by the 3 and 5 seed playing in the title game. No one's was dominant this year. Greater Gloucester was pretty dominant last year. This year, not quite as much, and Lake Region had their number, beating them during the regular season and in the playoffs. Freeport could not crack Greater Gloucester. They lost to them twice, 2 of their 4 losses. As we said, the Falcons 16-4 on the season, 15-5 Lake Region. It'll be Lake Region's ball on the possession arrow. I don't think we had a tie-up the whole first quarter. Freeport won the opening tap, and that's why Lake Region gets the ball now. It's their arrow after a quarter free of any tie-ups, and that's rare in high school girls basketball. They get it in for True. True has some room. And now pulls up, kicks, good passing. And they'll go up over the top, a long errant pass, looking for Jacobs. Bogue Marlowe will push the tempo. Gould now back on top for Goodman. Goodman being guarded by True. Gould in the corner, looking for a cutter. They go inside, nice pass and a shot. Oh, again, Cormier. Nice, quick shot, but the ball will not fall for her. 2 have rolled out. Oh, what'd they call? I guess they called traveling. Don't know what else. I thought she was going to line for 2. Freeport's pressure. Hancock out on top with Goodman covering her. Harriman on the wing. Gould has her. Now they go for Jacobs. Bogue Marlowe playing her. Bogue Marlowe does a little bit of everything. True loses her dribble. Now has to go in the corner. Looking off for Harriman. Harriman back to True. Lake Region not sure what they want to do offensively. Ooh, yes, that's a blocking foul. Good call. That'll be on Driscoll. Third team foul. Both teams with 3, so not a lot of fouls called so far. Pretty clean game. 11-9 still our score. And that ball tipped and stolen. Bogue Marlowe pushing tempo. Now pulls it up. Reverses for Goodman. Jacobs doing a great job on her. You would think, oh, offensive. Not loving that call is Bogue Marlowe. She's got to be careful. She flipped the ball in the air. That can be misconstrued and sometimes draw extra penalties. Oh, Freeport's pressure, gets a steal. Driscoll off for Cormier. Cormier, no, still. And Jacobs the rebound. Ooh, Jacobs threw an elbow, got away with it. And the ball tipped again. Cormier getting some good looks inside, but can't find the range. 11-9 still our score. So we had a flurry of scoring, and now we're back to the stalemate. And the defense taking over. True's going to try one. She can shoot it from there. Misses, comes up short. Rebound, Falcons. Gould pushing. Comes in, goes in the paint. In trouble, got to get it out. She does. Bogue Marlowe tries. Nothing. Great box out by Jacobs on Goodman. Shanks over half court. Goes for True. True got all kinds of room. Nobody closes out. Got it. Just because she missed a shot earlier doesn't mean you don't cover her. And Freeport was frozen and not coming out to close out on True, and she knocks down a three. Both teams with 2 threes now. Loose ball on the floor. Jump ball, and that'll be Freeport's basketball. Bogue Marlowe, Gould, and Goodman all come out. 5:27, 12-11 as the shot from the corner, no good. Nice rebound, and the speed. Jacobs, coast to coast. Great play, Lauren Jacobs. (14-11), Lakers on a 5-0 run. Cormier's going to try one from the corner. Rattles in and out. Nothing will fall for Cormier. Oh, Gould had it, then lost it. Actually, that was Ruthier. Lindsay Ruthier into lineup. 23. She had the rebound, lost it, but Freeport gets it back on another turnover from Lake Region. 4:55 to play in the first half. Jay Harper with you here on Freeport's educational channel as we get set. Smith looking in, pulls up, comes off, no good. And the rebound by Harriman. And now Hancock with a nice move, pulls back, long pass up. Almost a travel there. Hancock with Smith now on her. Nice job spinning. Goes in, no good. Freeport the rebound. Lots of harassment there. Driscoll able to dribble away from it. Ruthier for Smith. Smith so far, no points, and that one attempt was her first. Looking for a high screen, and then they go off the corner. Again, now it's a zone for Lake Region. Nice look there, Driscoll. They need her to step up, and she does. Again, the Lake Region shifting their defense to a zone now. And Freeport finds the answer, and senior Jessie Driscoll with a big bucket. 14-13. Long cross-court pass for Jacobs. Falcon student body over there cheering defense. Amazing amount of people on the other side. The ball loose. And Harriman lost it, but luckily Freeport couldn't contain it. Goodman comes back in. Lindsay Ruthier will sit down. Bogue Marlowe will come back. Cormier will come out. 14-13. And now a timeout on the floor. The game coming up next is the boys Class B South Final, and it's Cape Elizabeth against Wells. And those are two, I got to say, a few games here I've been very wrong on my thoughts and predictions. I would have said there's no way in heck Wells is going to beat Grey New Gloucester. After watching Grey New Gloucester play in the first playoff game and how Wells struggled with Freeport, not that, I mean, Freeport boys are a very good team, but just the two play, I thought Grey was going to come away with that one. And then Yarmouth, Cape Elizabeth, I mean, overall, I thought, I saw both those teams this year. I thought Yarmouth would most likely win that game. And I was quite surprised that Lake Region here in the girls beat Grey New Gloucester. But that's why they play the games. And it'll be an interesting final in the boys as well. Cape and Wells. Oh, another three. That's Harriman. She's a junior, and now 3 threes poured in for the Lakers. Freeport with 2. 17-13, the lead back to 4. Bogue Marlowe's going to try to answer. Way off the mark. And a rebound by Harriman. Goes up for Hancock. Freeport right into their pressure defense. Good double team. And a timeout called by Lake Region. Freeport was able to get quite a few 10-second calls against Poland the other day. And Lake Region was in trouble there, looking like they didn't know what they were going to do. And on the scoreboard above, you see Paul True talking to his troops. And again, longtime coach at Lake Region. And he's built a great program. And now on the scoreboard, you see Coach Hart trying to tell the girls to put their hands up. 17-13. Our score, Lake Region leading. The game, the last time these two teams met, it was 30-24. Freeport was actually down 6 at the half. And they took a 1-point lead into the fourth quarter, then outscored Lake Region 15-4 in the fourth quarter. So no need for panic here. Oh, a nice quick pass back and forth, and Jacobs and True really moving the ball. And now Hancock's going to try one. No good. Long rebound. Driscoll coming up the floor. Tough pass. Gets in. Oh, grab. No call. My goodness. She lost it out of bounds. I don't know how you missed that. Right under the basket. She goes to shoot, and 2 hands came across the arms. Didn't get it even near the hoop. No foul call. They go over the top for Driscoll. Driscoll turns. Got it. Late foul on that, and she'll try to get the and one. (17-15) as Driscoll goes to the line to try to pull them within 1. She does. So Driscoll with 5 points here in the last minute or so. Again, she's been so consistent all year. Down in the paint. And long errant pass up the floor. Jacobs able to track it and save it. And then it's thrown and tipped by Smith out of bounds. 17-16. Lakers lead, and they have the basketball. Again, that lob pass over the top for Hancock. Being guarded by Rinaldi now. The freshman Hancock's had a bunch of different players play her. Oh, she just travels through. That's an offensive, or at least a travel. And Hancock just decided she was going to the hole and nothing was going to stop her. 3 defenders there. She got herself in trouble. Hancock will check out. Shanks comes back in. Rachel Shanks has a 3-pointer here for Lake Region, as they look like they go back to some full court man. Oh, pick clean. Jacobs. And again, she gets it to go in. A little surprised at the closing speed of Goodman. She's really not that fast. She couldn't close on Jacobs, and she was not dribbling the ball. Lake Region getting away with some reaches, and nice move by Bogue Marlowe. The spins up, no good. Rebound Driscoll. Kicks back for Smith. Smith, no good. Long rebound. Lake Region able to track it down. A quick trap, and up over the top. And Freeport caught inside, and Shanks. 21-16, the lead 5. The pace is picking up here. Smith pushing up the floor. Driscoll goes for Goodman. Goodman hasn't shot in a while. Smith turns around. Nice move. Big bucket there for Caroline Smith. And again, both teams with pressure, and Lake Region has exploited that. Stolen again. Freeport back inside, and Smith had it stolen from her. Shank stepped in front. The refs are letting a lot of close stuff go. A lot of these games we saw nothing but fouls called. Now Goodman a steal. She comes up for Smith. Pulls up. Got it! 21-20. Again, it's a turnover fest here, but both teams doing a lot of it, so it's kind of neutralizing. Jacobs comes in. Knocked away. Freeport got back into it. Shanks reverses for True. Down to 25 seconds to play in the half. Falcons down 1. Lauren Jacobs had a great first half. She's working against Goodman. It was off for True. Smith chasing, and True looking for something. Backdoor cut. Goes the other way. Freeport will have a chance to take the lead here. 7.8 seconds. And Taylor Dostie will check in quickly, as will Megan Cormier for the Falcons. Driscoll will get a break here, and let's see if Freeport can draw something up. You'd like to see Smith come off a screen, catch and dribble, look to create something. Instead, it's Goodman. Goodman's going to work against Jacobs. Jacobs picked her a while ago. She's got to hurry up and doesn't get the shot off. That's when you got to realize you need your teammates there. Pass that off. Well, a half of basketball played here in the Class B South Final. And Lake Region with the lead, 21-20 over Freeport. An outstanding half of up and down action. A lot of turnovers, but again, both teams playing aggressive, and the referees are letting them play for the most part here, and creating some good end-to-end excitement. And looking in on the crowd of Freeport across the way, it's pretty impressive. But we got a whole nother half to play, and as we said, the last time these two teams met, Freeport was down in that one too, but they had the big second half. Hopefully they have it here again this afternoon. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with some second half action here in a moment. Welcome back to Cross Insurance Arena as Jay Harper along with Mia Dyson bring you Lady Falcon playoff basketball, and this is as big as they get. First time the Lady Falcons have been here since 1976, and that, of course, was back in Class C. Now this Class B, a lot like Class C, but when you add that extra class, there's now a AA, A, B, and C, D. And back in the day, Freeport was in the C class and then got bumped up to B, had a long, tough road to get back to competitiveness. And then when they made that extra class 3 or 4 years ago, it's really made a difference. It's more fair, and Freeport still has to contend with Lake Region, Greater Gloucester, but no longer do they have to contend with teams like Greeley, Falmouth, York. And they still played some of those teams this year, but they don't play them in the playoffs, so some of those crossover games. But a great half of basketball for the Falcons as they trail by 1. No real foul trouble for Freeport or Lake Region. And again, the leading players for both teams playing well. Lauren Jacobs for Lake Region having an outstanding first half. Allie Goodman having a good first half for Freeport with a couple of threes. Freeport had 2 threes in the half. Lake Region had 3 as a team. And they have a 1-point advantage. Caroline Smith got going a little bit late with 4 points. Driscoll, her normal self, getting some buckets inside. I believe she had 4 as well. Gould had 2 off the bench. Cormier had a free throw. Rinaldi had a bucket until Rinaldi, the senior, not in foul trouble. So hopefully that helps Freeport down the stretch. Lake Region will start with the ball. The number 5 seed, 15-5 on the year, playing the number 3 seed, 16-4 Freeport. The winner advances to the state final next weekend. Inside pass knocked away by Smith, but controlled by Lake Region. Freeport hounding True, but she gets out of there. Jacobs drives in, loses it, and it goes in the corner. Saved by Freeport, and they throw it to Goodman. Goodman trapped, in trouble, and now finally knocks it off the leg of the Lake Region defender. Smart play. Took her a while to think of it. Again, both teams really aggressive on the ball and slapping and grabbing, but officiating's been really consistent, letting both teams do it. And you, as a coach or a player, you love that. I mean, as long as it's consistent, it doesn't matter. You know what to expect. And both teams take advantage as they're getting in there, getting aggressive on girls with the ball. Goodman drives, pulls up, floater, comes up short. Weak side rebound, taken down. Hancock in trouble, now dribbles through a triple team. True, a nice drive, blocked. But it'll stay with Lake Region. Freeport back with their starting 5 to start the second half. Senior Stirk in there, number 24, as she starts the second half for Coach True. Wow. Jacobs using her body there and throws herself into the Freeport defender, gets knocked down, no foul called. She missed the basket, was expecting contact. The Freeport player kind of fell back. Lake Region will keep it. Played over a minute, no score. This game's been interesting, as the scoring has come in bunches in short periods of time. They go stagnant for quite a while. They say it stays with Lake Region. Long discussion there, not sure. Come up on top for Chandler True. Nice little move, drives in, pulls up her dribble. Kick it out for Harriman. Brooke Harriman has contributed. As we said, Lake Region has the 2 players that really lead them, as does Freeport, but they get a lot of contributions and you just don't know who else is going to step up. Shanks trying to drive through. A late whistle, but they get a foul called. Let's see what they call it on. It's on Driscoll, her second. Jeez, you'd think that could have been a 5-second call. Hancock trying to work on Bogue Marlowe. Pass blocked. Comes back. Stirk reverses for True. True gonna take it. You gave her room. She's gonna make you pay. Little disappointed with Freeport's defense there. They know she's a shooter. They gotta stay up on her. Left her space and didn't get out past the screen. She buries another one. Driscoll now with it for the Falcons. Lake Region staying in the man. Smith tries from the corner, no good. The rebound, True. Ooh, tough pass there, almost stolen, but back comes Lake Region. They have numbers. Stark, nice pass on the cut. Goes in, True again. And Coach Hart will use the timeout as Lake Region has gone on a 5-0 run here to start the third quarter. Freeport now trailing 26-20. Couple of defensive laps, and again, the senior Chandler True, you know she's a player, and you got to be on her and aware of her shooting talents. Freeport cheerleaders down in front of the home body with a couple of nice stunts there. They've been busy ladies throughout the postseason with a couple of boys games and now the third girls game, as we have 2 here. Now doing our 5th contest. Jay Harper here with you along with Mia Dyson, who volunteered to do the camera today, her first ever, so we're expecting great things out of her. Again, Cape Elizabeth and Yarmouth play next. And when you look across the way and you see all the crowd, I mean, maybe there could be some Cape Elizabeth fans mixed in there with the maroon, but it doesn't appear. It looks like all Freeport fans, and there are a ton of them. I think the whole town of Freeport is here, including Durham and Pownell. Freeport has the ball, down 6 now. That's their largest deficit, as True has hit a 3 and a bucket to score the first 5 of the second half. Goodman working against True now. They go for Driscoll. Smith wide open, turns into traffic, and it doesn't go for her. She could have just turned the other way. Nobody was there, but she turned into the defense. Still got a good shot up, but somehow it doesn't go down. Freeport trying some man-to-man full court pressure, and they get it up for True, and she's quick, good ball handling skills. They go across, and a little bump foul on Gould against Hancock. It'll be the second team foul on Freeport. Freeport needs to make something happen here. Down 6 in Lake Region with the ball. Hancock goes for Jacobs. Jacobs drives and has to kick it back out. Smith on True. True loses a dribble. And now they throw it in. Stolen by the Falcons. Goodman goes up for Smith. Smith with Gould. Gould open. Can't knock it down. Good look for the Falcons. Jacobs comes up. Offensive foul. Ooh. Good job by Bo Marlowe selling that one. Tough call against Jacobs. Dostie and Cormier come in. Goodman and Driscoll will sit down. Freeport almost 4 minutes of play here in the third quarter with no points to show. Smith will bring it up. Lake Region still in the man defense. Bogue Marlowe come off a screen. They had her for a minute. Couldn't connect. Now Cormier goes in the corner for Dostie. Dostie's hit some big shots. She has outside range. Right now, Lake Region kind of taking a break, and they throw it into the teeth of the defense. It's knocked away. Cormier has it blocked. Loose on the floor, picked up by Lake Region. They find Jacobs. She goes cross court. Dangerous pass, gets away with it. Tipped and controlled, True. Stirk, that's gonna miss. Weak side rebound though, the putback. Jacobs, she's everywhere on the floor. Freeport now just searching for some offense. (26-20) still our score, with Lauren Jacobs, who's been 1 out of 2 both times she's been to line, 2 for 4 so far here on the afternoon. If she stays true to form, she'll miss this one. Freeport's got a box out. And she does. Fortunate bounce for Freeport as they collect the rebound. Tough pass up the floor, and it's going to go out off Freeport. Four and a half minutes have been played now. Still no points for the Lady Falcons. This is not how they expected to come out in the third quarter. Nice job by Gould to knock the ball out of bounds, but Lake Region will keep it. Freeport not in their zone press, they're in a man press. Jacobs finally throws it out and throws it away. Oh, Cormier couldn't hold on. This is definitely not a pretty quarter for the Falcons. Neither team playing extremely well. Trude really lit it up to start the third quarter, but since then both teams struggling to score. It goes off Hancock. It looked like it went off Hancock's leg, and Freeport not happy with that call. Traveling called on Harriman. Freeport will come back with Rinaldi and Goodman. Smith and Bogue Marlowe sit down. Freeport looking for somebody to give them some points. 3:13 to play third quarter, 27-20, they trail. Pass up, Dosty, 2-on-1 coming in. Dosty goes up, no good. Loose rebound, collected. Cormier, back over to Goodman. Goodman thinks about it, instead reverses. She's got to take that. Oh, and she did, but she got hit. No call. Cormier goes in. Got it. Whoa. Finally, some points. Took 5 minutes. Freeport down 5, 27-22. 2:45 to play in the third. Hancock coming in. No one's picking her up. She pulls and kicks it out. The long shot from the corner, no good. And Freeport pushes back. Rinaldi with speed. Rinaldi goes baseline, comes out of there. Oh, she could have had her own shot once the defense fell down. Tries that one, it's blocked. Shanks comes in, and Stirk will sit down for Lake Region. Timeout called by Freeport. 27-22, and Freeport trying to find themselves here and steady the ship. They have the ball. Down 5. And again, talked about at the outset how this game could be a low-scoring affair, and it has been and it hasn't been. It's one of those things, but right now they're playing more towards a low-scoring affair with the lack of points here in this quarter. It's 6-2 in the quarter for Lake Region. Get to enjoy some of the sights and sounds from the Civic Center. I got to say, high school basketball, I haven't done games in a while, and radio has come back. A lot of different stations and places streaming the games. The MPA paying to have all these games streamed live, and several radio stations that's covered games throughout the playoffs that we've encountered. And the Civic Center doing a nice job with their cameras for the scoreboard. And Freeport struggles to get it in, and they get in. Dosty in trouble. Nice pass around her back. Rinaldi fakes the three. They go inside. Dosty, nice move. Gould. Too much passes. Somebody's got to shoot. And there, the whistle and the foul, and Goodman will get to the free throw line. Freeport hasn't taken, I think, but one free throw. And that was Driscoll on the and one. Goodman gets the shooting foul there. She'll get 2. Goodman makes the free throw. 75% free throw shooter. And she gets them both. 27-24. Falcons back in it. 7 points, not a lot, but at the time it seemed like it was going to be lights out if they didn't do something. Good job breaking the pressure, but Lake Region not taking the shot from inside. They had a player wide open. They're looking inside. Now they kick across. True. Nice drive on the baseline. Good move. Wow. Pretty. Chandler True, her and Jacobs lead this team, and it would look like Jacobs was going to be the one early, but it's been True here in the second half. She has 7 points in the quarter. Rinaldi, no good. Rebound, Cormier. Cormier, not sure where she's passing, but luckily it was touched by Lake Region. Driscoll and Smith come back in. Minute 27 to play in the quarter, 29-24. Lake Region leads by 5. They go up for Smith. Smith goes up with the left hand, no good, fights for her rebound. It's in there, and they're going to call a tie-up. Arrow will favor Freeport. They'll keep it. Dostie, high arcing shot, no good. They'll say Smith knocked that out of bounds. It'll go back over to Lake Region. Minute 13 to play in the quarter, 29-24. Freeport had the big fourth quarter against Lake Region last time. They're going to have another big one here if this continues here in a quarter. Hancock dribbles out of pressure. And a reach foul from behind called on Goodman. Fourth team foul. At Hancock, the freshman will shoot 2 free throws. Gets the nice roll. The lead is back to 6. One out of 2. That continues for Lake Region. They try ahead for Driscoll in traffic. She loses it, throws it away. Hancock coming back. Nice move, hangs and got it. 32-24, the lead, the biggest of the afternoon, 8. Driscoll had a drive, nobody was on her, and now they throw it in, it's knocked away. Freeport rattled right now. Smith's going to try one from the corner. No good. Ball loose on the floor, but Lake Region has the arrow. It'll be their basketball. Just a shame that Freeport now really forcing stuff and not finding the range. 27 seconds to play. They're down 8. Shanks for 3. Got it. Down to 12 seconds. Smith pushes it up. Goes in. Turns. Shoots, and she'll draw the foul. 35-24. This quarter has been all Lake Region. They're outscoring the Falcons right now 14-4 in the quarter. 6.2 left. Smith will get 2 free throws. First free throw in and out. Smith can't get either to fall. Driscoll fights for it, but it goes off her. It'll be Lake Region's ball with 4 seconds remaining in the quarter. A good bid by Hancock. Goes off the backboard. Just misses. But momentum all Lake Region right now. They lead 35-24. And their crowd has filled in quite nicely as this game has moved along. And they're up cheering on their team, a team that is very familiar with these games. They've been to a ton of South or Western finals. It used to be East-West, now it's North-South. And they've also been to a number of state championships. And they're looking to go back to another as the surprise team out of the South, the number 5 seed. Freeport just lost all offensive flow. And again, left True open a couple of times, and she made him pay. And that time Shanks wide open as they dribbled up. They kicked it to her. She had her feet set, stared down the basket, and drained it. She has 2 threes on the day. Freeport can't get shots for Smith and Goodman. They're not getting many looks. And it's hard to score if you're not taking shots. Freeport comes back with their starting 5. 4 seniors and Smith, the sophomore. They come in for Rinaldi, back for Smith. Smith goes inside. Driscoll turns, throws it up wildly, no good. Gets her own rebound. In traffic, though. Tries to fight out, gets it out. Goodman a 3, no good. And the rebound taken out of there by Hancock. Shanks dribbles away from pressure, gets it for True. They go in the corner for Harriman. They're looking for Jacobs. And now Lake Region can be really patient on offense. They don't have to do too much. And Smith had the loose ball, lost it. Now they find True, and True blocked. And they're going to call a foul. Does the 1 out of 2 continue for Lake Region? True trying to change that here as she looks down her second one. Got them both. Falcons got to find some shots, and they can't waste too much time. They go inside Smith. Goes up, no good. Fights for her own rebound. It's loose. Lake Region takes it down. Another tough miss inside. Cormier now will come in. I don't think this Freeport team has gone through a stretch like this all season long, where they have now played like 9 minutes of basketball and only 4 points to show for it. Full minute here and still no points. Freeport uses a timeout. And that's the 3rd timeout called by Coach Hart. He has 2 left. Lake Region has 3 left. 37-24, 6:54 to play in the 4th quarter. Jay Harper along with Mia Dyson, and first half showed tons of promise, but the second half has been nothing but Lake Region as they have the momentum, they have the flow, the ball's bouncing their way, and Freeport's had some good shots inside that just won't go in. They need someone to find a shot in a hurry. Freeport has the ball, down 13. It was a 1-point game at the half. Falcons get it in for Goodman. Goodman with Smith behind her. Smith asks for the ball and gets it back. Smith trying to move, in trouble. To back for Goodman. Back for Smith. Smith drives, kicks. Driscoll open, and again that rattle in and out. And there's a putback, and Smith will go back to the free throw line at least. Boy, been tough. That ball just does not want to go into that basket. Smith drains the first. Smartly tries to avoid hitting the rim at all. The rim not being very nice to the Falcons. She swishes it. Does the same on the second. 37-26. Falcons down 11. Full court pressure. They need some turnovers. Jacobs drives in, kicks out. Hancock looked at an NBA three, it looked like, but then thought better of that. Dyson getting trapped. Ooh, almost adjusting nicely there. They get an inside pass. Nice job. Goodman blocks it. And then a foul on Shanks. Shanks' shot was blocked cleanly by Goodman, and then Shanks retaliated, reaching back in. They haven't called a lot of those reach fouls like that. Gould checks back in for Freeport. Smith working against Hancock, trying to bring it up. Falcons need a spark. Cormier try it from the corner. No good. Long rebound controlled by Driscoll. Driscoll drives through the paint, goes up. No. Oh my goodness. And back comes Jacobs. Long cross-court pass. Lake Region doesn't have to push anything. They can really use some clock here and show some patience. They're not doing that very well. Coach True scratching at his head, pulling his hair. Not happy. Lake Region's trying to give Freeport the opportunities. Freeport just cannot buy a basket. They have 2 points in this quarter, 4 in the third. There's 5 minutes to play in the fourth. Once again, Driscoll drives in. Nice pull-up. Jesse Driscoll. Old reliable. Finally gets Freeport on the board with a bucket. 37-28. Lead down to 9. Hancock goes in, forces it inside. Luckily, True, though, open for three. No. Long rebound, Driscoll. Driscoll can dribble. She pulls up in traffic. Kicks it out. Cormier thinks about it. Goes for Goodman. Goodman's got to do something. Can't just sit in there. Get to the three line. Smith tries one. No good. The rebound, fought. And True comes out with it. Now she's in trouble. Oh, timeout. Lake Region. Still quite a bit of ball to play, 4:21. Lake Region not playing like a senior-led team and having troubles taking care of the basketball still. Freeport can't get their shots to fall, and they're not getting great looks. The winner advances to the state final. Play the team from the north. And that's next weekend. Coach True's been at Lake Region for, I'm guessing, at least 15 years. Lake Region's crowd stepping up. Freeport's crowd stepping up. Extremely loud here at the Civic Center. They know this game is still in the balance. Lake Region in control, but certainly not playing that way. They get it in for Hancock. Being covered by Gould. Stolen by Smith. Smith gets control. Cormier now for Goodman. Goodman, no good. Rebound, weak side, put back. No! Oh my goodness. And Jacobs comes away with it. They have numbers, and nice ball tipped up. Stirk, though, able to chase it down, and now Lake Region pulls it out on top. 3:47 to play. If we could count the amount of times Freeport has had a bucket from inside roll in and out, at least 8 times. This game could be different, but the Falcons not able to find the bottom of the basket. Stayed real tough time of the year in the biggest game of the season to go absolutely ice cold. And again, they struggle to get it in. Freeport's got it. And now back court. Driscoll complaining, not getting anywhere. That was the same call that we were looking for in the game against Wells. They didn't call backcourt that time. This time they did. Another long, dangerous pass stolen by Freeport. Gould comes out with it. Pushing it in the paint, dribbles into traffic, gets it stolen. Got to be smarter. You want to keep it out on the edges and look for those threes. And they call a blocking foul on Freeport. Player down for Freeport. I can't see who it is. I might be Driscoll. She's down under the table. 3:22 to play, 37-20. The lead's still 9. That's the 7th team foul on Freeport, so it'll be a 1-and-1. Hancock at the line to shoot him. She took a hard charge. I'm not sure if she hit her head. Yeah. Freeport's athletic trainer pointing to the back of his head. And Driscoll, again, been the more consistent player for Freeport, even on this afternoon where they haven't been very consistent on offense. She's been a player that could step up and get them a bucket. And still with 3:20 to play. It is Driscoll. She's up. Appears to be okay as she walks off. So free throws coming for Lake Region. And if they make theirs down the stretch, this could be again, free throws, they've been making 1 out of 2 for the most part. True made both last time. This situation, you got to make your first to earn your second. So a big front end here for the freshman, Hancock. Falcons got to make sure they secure any misses with some box outs. Hancock, beautiful. Lead back to 10, double digits, 38-28. Lake Region only allowed Grady lost to 31 points in the last game, and Freeport right at that. Again, 1 out of 2, but got the first one. That's the important one. Goodman dribbles out. Falcons down 10, need something. They go inside for Smith. Smith shoots, gets hit, no call. And Lake Region the rebound. Smith, nice job reaching in. They steal it back. Smith in trouble, goes up. This time she'll get a foul called. We're still fighting, but not getting a lot of things go their way. Cape boys play the #1 seeded Wells Warriors next. Smith makes the free throw. Freeport's had tons of steals, and I'm not sure I love their decisions to try to push it in the paint where all the traffic is. Stay on the fringes and set your feet and take a bomb, and then, again, follow your shot. Look for a long rebound. Both free throws for Smith. She has 4 straight. Lead back to 8. Freeport's full court pressure. And they find Jacobs up in front. Jacobs, nice pass underneath. The shot, though, missed. And Goodman and Jacobs tie each other up on the rebound, the 222s. But the arrow in favor of Lake Region. 2:52 to play, 38-30. They go in for True. Back down. And again, I think Coach True would be very happy with a lot of time off the clock here. Freeport has to think about fouling. They go for a steal. They don't get it. Hancock dribbles around, goes for Jacobs. Jacobs, nice ball fake, drives in, up, no good. So Freeport the rebound. Long pass up for Gould. They go back for Smith. Smith's got to think about it. You got to want to lock your feet. Take it. Cormier will try. No good. Long rebound. And again, your three-point shooters are Goodman and Smith. You got to try to find them some shots. Ronaldo can make some too. A reach foul on Ronaldo. Bogue Marlowe replaces Goodman. Driscoll still on the end of the bench, shaken up. Hancock, no. Long rebound tracked down by Smith. Chance here, 3, you're within 5. And Freeport keeps pushing it inside. She gets hit, and she'll go back to the line. Minute 55 to play, and Lake Region keeps giving Freeport opportunities, but it's just not happening. Goodman will come right back in. She'll take the place of Megan Cormier. Smith 6 straight from the line. True in trouble. Freeport, oh, the long pass, and Rinaldi went for the steal and couldn't come up with it. And again, Hancock. She's just missed her last front end. She's the one to try to foul, not True. And now they throw it, and stolen, no! Oh, Gould loses it. It was going out of bounds off Freeport, but the Lake Region player, I think it was Hancock, dove in and touched it. It looked like it could have been. And now Freeport will use a timeout. Minute 36, 38-32. The lead is 6. Freeport had a steal, lost it. Again, Lake Region playing very un-Lake Region-like, if you will, especially over the years that I've witnessed their play. They certainly are not playing like a veteran team and playing a lot like Freeport did down the stretch against Poland and Wells, where they had leads and almost gave them away. Minute 36, 38-32. State title game up for grabs. The winner of this moves to the state game next weekend. The 3 and the 5 seed. Both teams with, as I said, 5 seniors for Lake Region, 6 for Freeport. And the thing I like about Freeport is a lot of times when you have a lot of seniors on your team, some of them don't play. They're players that have been good team players and hung around, but at the end of their careers, they don't get the minutes. Freeport seniors all get valuable minutes and all contribute. And it's could be their last game here this afternoon in Portland. Jay Harper along with you as we bring you this game on Freeport's educational channel. The crowds have been great for both teams. And again, it's been a hard-fought game and not over yet. Lake Region has to make some free throws, or at least they have to try to kill the clock here. And the pass stolen. Kept in play, loose on the floor, and they'll say Freeport out of bounds. Oh, great hustle, just again, this far away from the play. Freeport can't quite, everything they've done, they just can't quite do it. Long pass, Hancock has room to dribble now. She's gonna attack the rim. She's going in, she lost it off her. And again, freshman mistake that time. She's played like a upperclassman, but that, not real smart. take on the defender there, dribble around and use clock, make them foul you. And now Freeport has to get something going. Gould doesn't shoot from there. Rinaldi will. Oh, just short. Rebound, Lake Region. And now they'll call the foul. 1:01 ticks to play here. 38-32 and free throws for the senior True coming. And it's 1-1 still, 19 foul, one more before the double bonus. If Rinaldi hits that three, it's suddenly a 3-point game with a minute to go. Just short. And big front end here for the senior. And misses. Goodman the rebound. And Freeport goes up. Gould pushing. They got to look for the shot. Oh, Marlowe pushed hard, and she gets knocked to the floor. I don't know how she's not shooting. It's going to be 1-1 for Bogue Marlowe. Not over yet. 50 seconds. If she can make these, it's a 4-point game. Bogue Marlowe, huge. Might take a mini miracle here, but Freeport not going down quietly. They continue to fight, even though the cards have been stacked against them. Both free throws. Freeport comes with the pressure. Oh, and the foul given by Rinaldi. It'll be Hancock to line. Now it's a double bonus, though. 2 free throws. But again, she only makes one. At some point here, Freeport really could use a 3-point shot. And again, their three-point shooters are Rinaldi, Smith, and Goodman. Goodman has 2 today. Rinaldi or Smith, neither have converted. Rinaldi's tried a couple. I don't believe Smith's tried one. Hancock makes the first. 39-34. This time she makes them both. The lead back to 5. Again, a 3-point bucket. Back to 6, excuse me. 40-34. Jacobs has done a great job at guarding Goodman. Goodman can't find it, and the inside pass to Smith goes by her. She doesn't see it. And now this baby's pretty much done. Freeport really needed a good possession and at least a 3-shot attempt, and they come up empty. (41-34). Rinaldi tries, no good. And now Lake Region just has to dribble it out. .18 seconds left, 41-34. Shanks misses the first free throw. Makes the second. The lead is 8. Freeport's got to shoot in a hurry. Bogue Marlowe tries one. No good. And the long rebound out of bounds with 6 seconds to go. And that does it. Lake Region going back to another state game. The Falcons' long, beautiful run ends with a 42-34 defeat at the hands of Lake Region. It does turn into a fairly low-scoring affair. Freeport only gets 14 points in the second half after putting up 20 in the first. The ball would not bounce the Falcons' way. A lot of shots, and Lake Region having enough attrition to fight through and prevail in this one. The 5 seed improves their record to 16-5. Freeport falls to 16-5 on the season, and this will certainly be a tough one to take. Lake Region crowd psyched, as they should be. Freeport, a great run and a great season, and it ends for those 6 seniors: Jesse Driscoll, Joanna Bogue Marlowe, Taylor Rinaldi, Allie Goodman, Taylor Dosty, the seniors on this squad who have all just played their last game for Freeport, and certainly congratulations and great careers and great efforts. And Freeport basketball seen a great run for the boys and a super run for the girls here, hoping for more of the same next year. And a wonderful season comes to a close here as we get set for the trophy presentation, and the Lakers will take down the nets here at the Cross Insurance Arena. And we'll just wrap this one up and once again say congratulations and thanks to Mia Dyson for doing the camera for us this afternoon. Thanks for the people who helped me along the way run these games, and congratulations to the coaches and the players. It's been a great season in Freeport for both the boys and girls team, and it ends here in the finals of Southern Maine with a 42-34 loss to Lake Region. So must be a wonderful feeling, and Lake Region pretty used to it. They've been in these situations a lot over the past 15 years, and they'll have a chance to get themselves another state title here in a week. So for my camera person, Mia Dyson, I'm Jay Harper saying so long. Have a great afternoon, everyone, and I hope you've enjoyed these broadcasts.
Thank you.